Hey, what is up guys? Spoons here, and I am bringing you Gears of War Judgment 101. Now, this is my first episode of this, and I'll be explaining what wall bouncing is for all you new Gears of War players. I'm going to assume that there is an influx of Call of Duty players as well as some Halo players that are coming over to Gears of War Judgment because they've heard that the control scheme is more like Call of Duty. So this video is primarily for you guys and not really for those die-hard Gears of War fans that already know how to wall bounce. So wall bounce might seem like a weird term to you. You're probably not used to it. If you're playing Call of Duty or if you're playing Halo, it's sort of unique to the Gears of War franchise, and basically what it is exactly what it sounds like. You're going to bounce from wall to wall, and you're going to use this to evade people's shots, to evade players, and try to get around them and kill them. It's very essential to the Gears of War series. It's been here since Gears of War 1, although each game has had its own sort of way of wall bouncing. Some games have a better wall bounce than other games. Gears of War 3 and Gears of War Judgment pretty much have the same exact movement, so their wall bounce is going to be the same. But I figured I'd show it to you on Gears of War Judgment here. I'm in a private match with some bots, and I figured I would just show it to you as best as I could. So I just died right there. It's not really important. I'm just spawned back in, and basically what wall bounce is you're going to well, first you're going to want to fix your sensitivities. Now you're going to want to go to options, controller, and you're going to want to go down to these three sensitivities. Now if you play Halo or Call of Duty, you probably know the sensitivity thing, but it's different when you're wall bouncing in Gears of War. I believe that the default sensitivities will be put on 10, 10, 10, and that is not what you want because that is way too slow to wall bounce. In my opinion, you want to have your sensitivities between 20 and 30 if you want to wall bounce. I never put mine above 25 just because I think that's way too fast above 25. But if you want to do some insane wall bouncing, you can put it up to 30 on all of them, and you can try that. But I just think that's way too fast, and I can't really get accurate shots when I do that. So I have mine on 20-20-20, which I believe is the base example that I want to give you. And sensitivity really depends on what play style you have. You can put it to whatever you want if you want to wall bounce. I just recommend not going below 20 just because I feel like that's a little too slow to get a decent wall bounce and get some accurate shots. So let's just go back and let's resume. Now, I'm going to assume you're playing on the default control scheme. Not a lot of new Gears of War players will go over to the alternate control scheme, so I'm not really going to go into that. It's a little easier to wall bounce if you're on the alternate control scheme, but I do believe that it is just tougher to maneuver through the game. I've tried to use it before, and I just believe that the default one is a little easier for new players. So this is a perfect example of wall bouncing. These walls are relatively close to each other, and if there was an enemy coming up through these stairs right here, I would bounce around right here and try to get my shots onto him. Now the way that I'm bouncing is that I am looking at a wall and tapping A, but before I get to the wall I pull back on the left analog stick and I turn my camera to the next wall that I want to bounce to, and then I repeat the process. So I do this and this and this, and now it's okay if you hit the wall like that. It's just not going to be as smooth as not hitting the wall, but this is what a wall bounce is. I mean, mine isn't fantastic, it's not amazing, but it is very essential to getting kills and being decent at the Gears of War games. It's part of the game, and that's just the way it is. So you're gonna want to like I said, you're going to want to tap A and then pull back on the left analog stick and start to look towards the next wall you want to bounce to, and then just repeat the process. Wall bouncing, it makes your movement quicker. It allows you to evade opponents and get accurate shots on them, and it's just essential for the Gears of War franchise. See, I missed my shots right there. I tried to bounce off the wall, do sort of like a single bounce and then a shot, and I missed. So You can do that as well. You can just do one bounce and try to get a kill. I've seen a lot of people do that, where you just sort of bounce like this and then go and get a kill. I missed again. It's not really a great example, but I've seen people do that before. Now, if you're in a closed area, sort of like this, and there's 2 or 3 opponents coming through, and you just want to bounce around and shoot them, you can do that too. So that's pretty much all I need to talk about for this wall bouncing tutorial. It's very useful, and it is essential to Gears of War if you want to be a decent player. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this tutorial. This has been Gears of War Judgment 101, and please subscribe if you want to learn some more tips and stuff like that, and you just want to see some Gears of War content. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I've been Spoons, and please subscribe. See ya.